This year's theme is very apt, regulating the transport sector in Nigeria, the state of art and the years ahead. The theme is a call to a renewed scrutiny, supervision and stock-taking within the transportation sector.
Hi guys, it's still on that exclusive moment with Kings. I tell you, it's the 3rd National Transport Summit 2021, and guess who I have here? The prominent woman, a woman just like a man. Hey, I tell you, you need to know this woman. Amazing, beautiful woman. Can we meet you? The world want to meet you.
Thank you for the compliments. My name is Mrs. Chizoba Anyika. I'm the National Publicity Secretary of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria.
My name is Chief Usuala Emmanuel Mwabara. I'm the Chairman of the Planning Committee of the 3rd National Transport Summit of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, taking place here today at the Musaya Adwa Center, Abuja.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The President of CIOTA, who happens to be the DG of NIMASA, and other government principal functionaries, including the chairperson of the Forum for Commissioners of Transport. Everything here will be as given to me by the Office of the Vice President, so I won't add mine, neither will I subtract.
I'm Professor Kalistis Ibe.
Baladam is my name, one of the official organizers of the 3rd CIOTA National Summit.
My name is Dr. Babatunde Aregbeshola.
I'm Professor Innocent Ogude.
I bring you kind compliments from the Nigeria Transportation Commissioners Forum, a platform that brings together all 36 Honorable Commissioners of Transportation across the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory to ensure, in line with the summit, that we breathe a new era into the Nigeria transportation system.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Balazaka, a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, CIOTA.
My name is Bamidele Badejo. I'm a professor of transport geography, and I'm a professional transporter as well as a chartered town planner. I lecture at Olabisi Onabanjo University in the Department of Geography, Agowo, Yoku State.
My name is Honorius Anozie, the Managing Director, Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria. Here representing the MDCE, or the Chief Executive of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Captain Rabiu Hamisu Yadudu.
My name is Rashid Isiaka Ailabega. I'm the Registrar, Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, CIOTA.
My name is Dr. Kayode Opaifa. I'm a former Transport Commissioner in Lagos and former Transport Secretary, Federal Capital Territory. I currently an Executive Director with the Center for Sustainable Mobility Access Studies.
I'm Professor Odewumi SG at the Middle Pass Dean School of Transport and Logistics, Lagos State University, and a member of the Council of CIOTA, then Chairman of the Road Committee of CIOTA.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Eto Gibra, Director of Global Maritime Transport Studies, Maritime Academy, Honor. I'm here to represent our able Rector, Commodore D.E. Efedua, retired.
My name is Mersaid Abiola, the CEO of Fablings Logistics Limited.
For us to be able to achieve a milestone, someone had to go an extra mile to be able to deliver exceptional service, even beyond expectation.
My name is Darlene Dinofo. I'm the Deputy President of CIOTA, and I deem it a great privilege and honor to give this vote of thanks. I personally will want to say a very big thank you for those who joined us. The chairman of the occasion, who was ably represented by the Honorable Minister of Transport, Right Honorable Chibike Amechi, the speakers,
Thank you very much, sir. It's a privilege being with you. My name is Kings from Holy Kings Imagery. I'm saying your good work. I've been following you for some years now, and I really appreciate you, sir. What's the possible solution to the problem we're having in transport system these days? Because the insecurity, it's really affecting transportation. And I tell people, problem does not solve problem, only solutions solve problem. What do you want to say about that, sir?
Well, Kingsbury, thank you very much for these questions. I think the issue of insecurity is a general phenomenon in the country. We find ourselves in a very difficult situation, and the insecurity dwelled from the two areas. The sea the sea area, which usually we call it piracy, and then the land area also we have. So both sides of the country, the south we have water, the southwest, the south, we have water, and then the most part of the northwest and the northeast, you have bandits around the northwest. We have Boko Haram around the northeast. So you can see it's the entire country that we are facing this problem. And if you are following the media reporting, there are significant improvement in terms of insecurity that concern the northeast of Boko Haram. A lot of Boko Haram's followers, they are retiring, and they are going back to the government to compete and try to see the ends of that, which I think is the best approach. War cannot be ends as in war. No matter what, you start war, at the end of the day, you have to come back on the round table and discuss the issue. So now the issue of Boko Haram, they are having some kind of discussions there in the northeast to see the end of the insecurity.
What do you want to say about this great program? I can see you're so excited.
Yes, we are all here. We are all here to witness another summit. It's the third CIOTA summit happening in Musaya Raja Center, Abuja. The National Transport Summit is organized by the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria. This year, we are looking at the theme, regulating the transport sector in Nigeria, the years ahead, the state of the act and the years ahead. So we're converging all the big chief executive officers from the sectors to come and discuss economic and the security issues in Nigeria transport sector.
So what are you guys doing on this security issue? You can see people are not free to move year to year, and it's really affecting the transport system. What do you think about that?
Yes, you know that the transport sector is the octopus that drives all the other sectors. Definitely. Without transportation, you will not be here. Yes. So we're going to discuss the economic values of the sector and the security issues. We are currently having challenges with security. So we have all the CEOs coming here to brainstorm and look at all the gray areas that they can tackle through regulation.
Wow. So what are the likes of people we're expecting to see today?
The host, President Dr. Bashir Yusuf Jamo, who is the president of CIOTA Nigeria. We're expecting the academia, we're expecting the technocrats, we're expecting industry, MDs, DGs, we're expecting the FAN, NIMASA CEO, we're expecting the DG CEO, Dr. Bashir Jamo, we're expecting professors. Professor Ogude will be here, Professor Ibe will be here, Dr. Zaka will be here. We have the MD of NIWA, we're expecting him. We have the MD of NPA. We have Mr. Bello is going to be here, CofO. We have Mr. Jime, Barrister Jime is going to be here, Nigerian Shippers Council, and we have all the movers and shakers in all the 5 modes, and even not only the 5 modes, even emerging modes in the industry. So we're looking at how to make the sector better.
That's cool. And guess what? Holy Kings is also there. That's cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our image maker.
Yeah,
CIOTA, we are rebranding CIOTA. You need to come into the hall and see It's a high-level meeting, bringing up all that you can, need in this industry. So we are excited, looking forward to an exciting moment to learn, to nip all the issues in the bud, and also to rub minds together for a better industry.
So guys, what are you still waiting for? You guys need to come on board. CIOTA has come to stay and we are moving higher. So thank you very much.
We're driving the membership, so you're welcome to join CIOTA.
Thank you very much. How glad it is to be on this moment.
It's a moment we have been waiting for, and we are glad to be here. You can see the whole place is bubbling already. Very soon we shall take off in earnest. We are good to go, and we are happy to be here.
So what are your expectations today?
The expectations today are many. We expect government dignitaries here. We expect industry experts to be here. We expect the academia to be here. We expect heads of parastatals of government to be here. We expect captains of industry to be here. Stakeholders are expected to be here today. The media is expected to be here today. And all of us that are present here that partake in this business of transportation, whether you are a service provider or a user or a policymaker or a lawmaker, we expect that you'll be here today and you benefit immensely from the outcome of the summit.
As the chairman education and training, this is my baby. And we've been following it up. And in this today's own, we are to take on regulations in transport in Nigeria and come up with a way, an advocacy policy we can send to government on how to move the transport sector in Nigeria forward. We need to reform. We need to take regulation into practice. We need to kind of standardize the transport system in this nation. That's part of the things we are going to come up with, and we are going to see the best way, the best practices in the industry we can adapt to develop our transport in this nation. You know, transport in this country is still evolving. It has not get to where we want it to be. And it's the process of advocacy like this that we come up with the best way and the best practices we can use in order to improve the transportation system in this nation. We are talking transport as a whole. All the modes are to be handled. All the hosts are to be handled. We are going to do that.
Wow, so guys, so you've heard from Chief. We're really working on transport systems, so you guys be expecting something great. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
What are your expectations on this third National Transport Summit?
My expectation is very high because we need to meet a global trend in transportation system. You will agree with me that Nigeria have not gotten it right in terms of intermodal transportation systems. All the transportation system in Nigeria needs to work perfectly in order to meet a global quality of transportation system.
Anytime I see you on TV, I was like, wow, you speak with that strength. And I think the most important thing is not just making income, but making impact. You're really impacting the world. So what do you want to tell the world at large about Transport Summit?
Well, when you talk about transport, you're talking about mobility generally. And as you can see, once there is no movement, the world and life comes literally to an end. We saw what happened during the pandemic. Everybody saw it. I mean, because there was no movement, global economy collapsed. Even recently, we heard about the Omicron variant. Immediately, we heard about the Omicron variant. What happened? Price of even crude oil in the international market went down. There was restriction of movement, and you could see what was happening to the airlines. Very soon, people are likely to be asked to go back again home, and we could see industries and captains of industries in a state of panic. So mobility is about moving around, aggregating, and making sure we have activities going up and down so that aggregate GDPs of respective countries and global economy will improve. Wow. So we are here to discuss the safety and technical regulation of transportation, not only in Nigeria, which is our baby, but we want to look at it from a continental level and even on a global level, because we are all interconnected. So we are basically here to discuss about transportation. And like I said, without transportation, there is no life. In fact, what even happens when a human being is called or described as dead is because there is no movement in the body. Everything comes to a standstill. The engine, which is the heart, stops beating. There is no blood circulation, and everything comes to a final stop.
Wow.
So we are here to discuss about the different modes of transportation, how to aggregate them, and make sure we discuss on how they will contribute to the global growth of economies, but most importantly, to the growth of the GDP of our great country, Nigeria.
Wow. So, doctor, I tell people, problem don't solve problem, only solution solve problem.
Correct.
What do you think is a possible solution? Because we've been coming all the time talking about this, the same, we're still meeting on the, because I tell you, insecurity is something else. Nobody want to travel on the road. And you can see the way the transport system, the air transport system is just crazy. What do you think is the possible solution to all of this?
Well, there are 1,001 reasons why, insecurity abounds. But the essence of a summit like this is to proffer solutions, is to come up with the likely reasons. And once you come up with the likely reasons, then the next thing is what are the solutions. So this is a gathering of think tanks that have theoretical and practical experience, and we are here in national interest to proffer those solutions.
I am the first professor of transport management in West Africa.
Wow. You've said a lot of things during the program. Do you think that we implement all the facts and the solution?
Yeah, we are hoping that they should be able to. The reforms that I talked about, we bring about the creation of institutions that will clearly do technical regulation, and then the ones that will do clearly economic regulations. Government is slow because there is a resistance to change all the time. We do not worry about slight resistances to change. The only reason we're worried now is that in the Nigerian context, the resistance is getting too long. It is about 20 years duration. It takes more than 20 years for Nigeria to achieve what it can achieve in 6 months because of resistance to change.
Do you think the transport system are really taking up space the way they ought to?
You see, a journey of 1,000 miles will always commence with one step. And for that reason, I want to say that CIOTA has made some steps and has made some contributions. However, there are still many more rivers to cross. So in terms of impact on transportation, it has already commenced in the right direction and in the right path through which the transport sector of this country will be reinvented and developed.
My name is Rashid Isiaka Ilabega. I'm the Registrar, Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, CIOTA. I was Registrar of International Aviation College Learning for 8 years. I completed my tenure July last year, and then this opportunity came up. So when I joined CIOTA, I discovered that it's just like a baby trying to crawl. So I have a lot of work to do. There are a lot of basic amenities, basic facilities that are supposed to be on ground, which I don't meet. So this and others make it a very big challenge for me. And I'm trying to settle down to the job and see what I can do. At least by the time I finish my tenure, I hope and believe that CIOTA will be one of the best in the country. And our job basically are 4. We are into advocacy, we are into certification, membership and training.
How were you guys able to put great people together on the panel, on the discussion list? It was a blast. How were you able to do that?
Yeah, from the onset, we look at the concept of the summit. We're trying to talk about regulation. Because when you look at the transport sector, it's a sector that has not been formally regulated. We're trying to look at the economic and the technical aspect of regulation in all mode of transportation. So I'm looking that we have to source for expert, because the topic we're discussing is not just anyhow topic. It's a topic that's so technical. So we have to get an expert who has a deeper knowledge and understanding about the word regulation. It's not just regulation, transport regulation. How do you regulate the transport sector to ensure quality service delivery, to ensure that everybody that works within the transport sector operate within the ambit of the law? So we have to go an extra mile to bring people from the academia, bring people from the industry experts, to bring policy makers for us to be able to sit together, dialogue together, and they will be able to fashion out workable solution for the advancement of transport sector in Nigeria. I think it requires a whole lot. And I will give credence to the president, who is a man. I call him the magic man. A man who is a go-getter, a man who is so passionate and driven by excellence. Anything below excellent is not in his dictionary. He's a man I admire so much, and he's a man I emulate, and a man I look forward to be like when I grow up. And people like our erudite Professor Gude, who is the brain box of the intellectual aspect of the summit. He's a man I respect so much. He has a whole lot to offer, not only to Nigeria, but to the entire world when it comes to the field of transportation. So everything we're doing is geared towards our common mandate, advocacy, trying to tell government this is how things should be done, this is how it is done in advanced country, and this is the best practices that we should adopt as a nation to ensure that the transport sector is manned by people who are supposed to man the operation.
I can see your school of thought is very vast, and I really subscribe into that. So do you think CIOTA as an advocacy, are they really advocating for regulation on the transport system?
Oh, sure. I mean, any sector without regulation is going to be a loose cannon that nobody will benefit eventually, because the chaos and the confusion will take away all the benefits that a systematized and a regulated system will provide. So regulation is the key, and we are not getting it too right in the transport sector. We are not getting it right at all. Well, aviation is internationally recognized, regulated. So we have no choice in that matter. IATA, all the aviation agencies will keep you in check. For maritime too, you have international standards. But for road, even rail to some extent, but road is the one that is being horribly neglected. And paradoxically, more than 90% of mobility needs of the country rest on the road.
And sir, CIOTA being a chartered institute of transport, what do you think? Do you think the government are really listening to their advocacy? Because fine, they have fine presentation. Yesterday was one of the best presentation ever. But do you think the government are really going to put this into consideration?
Well, they will. Relatively speaking, our license is still very young, and you should not think that whenever you say it, however you say it, government should run with it. Yes. It takes time. Yes. Now, and what I know too that CIOTA is going to do now is that CIOTA is likely to set up a technical committee that we have a position paper on every aspect of the transportation system in the country. Because if you want to be an advocate, it means you want to show the way. And the person that will show the way must himself know the way.
Yes, yes.
You must be clear-headed in your mind, in your head, where is the way. You know, CIOTA is made up of academics and the practitioners. So those who are in the thick of things, in the ministries, in the Ministry of Transport, transport agencies. They are the practitioner on the field. Then you have the university people, professors like myself, who is into transport. So the merger of the two is giving a rare privilege for the organization to now chart the way. So the first thing CIOTA is now trying to do is to put together position paper. I did a webinar about a month ago, or 2 weeks ago, on the challenges of roads and the opportunities. Those are our position. But now we must have CIOTA position on every element, so that when you want to advocate, all of us will be consistent. You know, when a pastor wants to evangelize, when he wants to advocate, he will use the Bible. Matthew, so. And when a Muslim cleric wants to advocate, he will go to Quran.
Even a barrister, when they want to advocate,
they will go to the law. So if we want to advocate, there must be a common ground. Because as you even see us, it's not on every point that we have agreed on. So it is when we now rub mind, and the mind is hot. I had about 3 hours agreement with Okwefa, who was a former commissioner for transport in Lagos State, and also the transport secretary in Abuja here. We had 3 hours discussion, trying to rub minds to get to the middle of things. So when we have done that, and we now streamline the position, there will now be a Quranic document that anybody that wants to speak for CIOTA must speak from that document professionally, and in a common principle. It will not be what comes to your mind. It is what is a settled position of CIOTA.
Have you been able to learn 1 or 2 things on this transport summit?
Yeah, exactly. There's always the new things to learn. You know, at least I had this yesterday when we were having a discussion, when someone was calling the NRCW touts, and someone stood up and said, man, these people, we need to advocate for them, then train them and retrain them, so that we won't just see them as touts anymore. And we really need them, because they are paying in the system. We just need to educate them, then advocate for them. And one of the professors from Lagos State University was able to meet MC Ulomo, and they have discussion that maybe probably next year all of them will be here.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's part of another development.
So I was so impressed yesterday when I was hearing a lot about you, your documentary, your biography, when a journalist said she saw you when you led a communique telling people, I know your fathers are, if you do anyhow. You know, in these days, you know, not everybody in office, they don't want to be in office, they don't want to go out seeing what's happening. So when were you able to come about that?
Let me put it this way. Once you have opportunity to serve, you must develop the passion to do it. If you don't have it, if you have the passion, you have to put it into it. When I became the special advisor on transport to former Governor Fashola, we toured the city. I grew up in Lagos, I was born in Lagos, and as a human rights activist, we were on the roads during the June 12 issue, during the SAP riot and the rest. So we know the streets, and we have to apply the street knowledge, and that was how we were able to maintain a lot of decorum on the street, interacting with the transporters, the road users, the stakeholders, the government, the regulators, and it really helped.
So you call yourself Agbero. Are you really Agbero?
I feel sad when people refer to some people in the public transport sector as not being knowledgeable enough, and I have to first associate with those people, my graduates. I have worked with them as consultant to federal government, as commissioner in Lagos and Abuja, and as one of their resource person at their program. You'll be shocked to know that these guys have traveled wide to countries outside this country, and their knowledge of transport is unique. So if people thought they are Agberos, for them to understand what I want to talk about, let me first say I am one of them. So if you see me as an Agbero, then you are seeing those guys, and that really sends them. It's a communication strategy.
I really love your leadership skill. God bless you, sir. More knowledge. And sir, you know, this year team is just regulating the transport system. Do you think CIOTA are really, you know, you guys are into advocacy, and do you think government are really going to pull into these, or what do you think?
CIOTA is a chartered body of the federal government to regulate the transport profession. So government will definitely listen. And the organization has been around for a while. They chartered just about 3 years ago. So it's just starting. It's just like when you talk about ICANN, current. So it's going to take some time. And we are gathering this team.
Very much. It's a privilege having a discussion with you. So I can't wait to have your presentation out there today. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate you, sir. And during your profile, I noticed that it's during your day in office, CIOTA was recognized by government. So it's a big success for the whole CIOTA community. So I just want you to share a light of your school of thoughts, because I tell people behind every glory there must be a story. So for you to attain this level in CIOTA, even the master, you've gone through a lot of things. So what is that one word you want to tell your junior staff, people looking up to your space, you know, like they want to go up the way you go in all ramification?
Well, what I will advise every person, not only my junior staff or my own colleagues, in everything you do in life, you have to put your head, you have to put your hands, you have to put your mind in it with all sincerity and remain focused in whatever you do. Your head meaning your brain.
Yes.
When I say your hand, you have to put your energy. You have to have a lot of sacrifice. You know, we have very limited number of qualified or skilled people. So you have to put extra mile. Sometimes you find yourself working as a clerk. So when the time comes, you don't shun, because you have to put importance to every details. So certain details, if you leave it to somebody, you underscore or you underestimate that particular details. It may consume the bigger things or success that you want to achieve. So in everything you do, you put your head, you put your mind, you put your hands, and you put extra effort, patience, understanding, sacrifice must come to the banners for you to be able to achieve. And that's what we have done, and we will continue to do so. As long as we are alive, Nigeria is ours. Look at what is happening now. Thousands of people are dying abroad. Somebody come and say that we have 27 cases and they are banning us to enter their country. What do you need their country of? Because if we have socio-economic independence, why should you go out? You go out around the street, you will never see a Japanese man working on the street or working in an office in another country's persons. Why? Because they are self-sufficient in terms of food, in terms of economy, in terms of everything. You will never see a Saudi Arabian man working in another person's office. Even if you go to their offices, they don't go outside sun. One is in the evening, they carry their wives, they go and do shopping. So they employ the services of me, you, and work for them in the office during the sun. Why? Because they are self-sufficient in terms of economy, in terms of food, in terms of... So I think as Nigerians, we have to work hard to attain that period. When we attain that period, why are you thinking of traveling? That somebody will come into media without any arrangement, let them 48 hours, he say you should not travel. And if you travel, he will have to cage you for 10 days. So we must, Nigerians, we must be able to put our own ass together. And this is, you see, the only problem we are having, Nigerians, we tend to believe that everything has to do with government. No, everybody has his own role. No matter how little it is, you may underrate your own contributions, but don't underrate it. Every little details, give your own contributions. Don't criticize government. Before you criticize government, think, what did I do better? When you are criticizing government, you say, government didn't do this, but me, I do this. so that people will know that yes, you are contributing. But you sit down, what you know is to criticize, then you continue to prostrate to yourself. Because if you are criticizing somebody, you are not feeling happy. You are not making yourself happy. By the time you start thinking of solution or advising somebody that will solve that problem, so you'll be able, and that's what we did to make CIOTA what it is today. We don't have a registered transportation professionals in Nigeria. We can't leave transportation sector in the hands of miscreants leading it. Everybody you carry somebody who read NCE, you ask him to come and manage transportation. You carry somebody who read Hausa, you say he should come and manage transportation. No way! You must be a professional transporter before you acquire that position. In the near picture, within the next 2 years, only professional transporters can manage transportation. That is why you find transportation, our roads are bad, because we don't have professionals who can supervise and manage the road transportation. You find our vehicles are bad because we don't have professionals to manage the transportations. When you finish what you are doing at the field, you come to the office, and professional transportant is supervising what you do. He will read it and approve or disapprove. He will look at where you are wrong and he will tell you. Then you will be able to see better transportation sector in all the sectors you have. So that is why we are here, and we will continue to be here. We will continue to do things right. We observe what we do right. We continue to make it better. And we observe where we are wrong. We continue to eliminate it from what we are doing. And so that is where we are.
Wow, thank you very much. So I really learned a lot from you. I see that excellent people are detailed people. So for you to be excellent or great in life, you have to be well detailed.
Able President, Dr. Bashir Jamo, the media people, and if I'm missing the special guests, our professors, I really would want to appreciate all for making our time and honoring our invitation. I want to believe that today's lectures are quite enriching and impactful, and we hope to have more tomorrow. So on that premise, I'd like to officially close the day one of the summit. Thank you once again for being with us.